Yes, comrade. We think that this subject could be the key. Patient 0. Yes. She was pregnant. Only a couple of weeks. Yes, we were surprised too. No, she won't tell us who the father is. Based on the intel that our friends in the KGB provided us with, we've got 2 possible candidates. Unfortunately, one of them is already dead. Absolutely, comrade. We've taken every precaution to make sure that Emilieva and her child are safe and sound. We're very curious too. We could be on the brink of something big here. Yes, I will keep you posted.
Dear God, Tanya? She was with child? Our child? And she was this patient 0. They were using her for their experiments from the start.
My little bird, my little sweetheart. Soon you will see the blue sky, the meadows. You will hear the sound of the ocean, smell the pine trees, feel the sunlight on your face. You're a very special boy. You have a bright future ahead of you. I want you to go far, far away from here and be happy. Don't be afraid. I will always be close to you. In your heart, in your deepest memories, find me there.
It's time. We have to hurry.
I love you, my sweetheart. Your mommy loves you very, very much. Now go.
Tanya was kept prisoner here. And her child. Did someone take it away from her?
Yes, this is regrettable. My men are looking into it.
Regrettable? It's a fucking disaster. How could you let this happen? If someone finds out...
Mind your tone, comrade. I was fighting in Afghanistan when you were still pissing in your underwear. Now the boy suffered from acute autism. Couldn't even speak. My bet is he's probably lying in a ditch somewhere. However, he couldn't have escaped on his own. Someone helped him.
Are you saying it was an inside job?
It's too soon for definite conclusions, but yes, I would say so.
So, it must be a spy, a CIA asset.
You KG people see spies everywhere. That probably explains why your arrest records are so high.
Saddam is on the brink of invading Kuwait. I'm sure the CIA has more pressing problems than your research. No, this is not the CIA. This is someone closer to home. Don't worry. I intend to find out who.
Look, General, I'm sorry I spoke out of turn before. I really do appreciate your work. You are vital to our efforts. The Duga project and our research, it could be bigger than nuclear weapons, bigger than even the space wars. A lot is at stake here, even the future of the motherland. I already spoke with some of the party members, and...
Let me be frank with you, comrade. The Soviet Union is falling apart at the seams, and I don't think anything can prevent that from happening. I'm not a scientist, but I've seen enough to know that this, Chernobylite, on the other hand, could be the key to our future. We all have to do whatever's necessary to prepare for it.
So, Tanya had a boy, and he escaped. Was it mine? God, if it was, I can't. Oh, compose yourself, Igor. Looks like the KGB was trying to expedite the Chernobylite experiments. Maybe they were even hoping that the findings would prolong the life of the Soviet Union. Clearly, they didn't succeed.
Oh, the devils are coming for me. I can see them skulking in the bushes. They sniff me out, the dirty rats. You have to help me, Mousy. The junkyard in Kopachi.
Ready for some action-y?
Why did Tarakan turn to you for help? He's been here a while. Surely he has other people who can do his bidding. He knows more about you and me than he's letting on. Watch out, my love.
We have to go. There's been an accident. We need to evacuate the children and staff. Buses from all over the country are coming to pick everyone up. Hurry!
But I can't just leave the kindergarten unattended.
No discussions, please. You'll thank us later.
Lena, your husband works in the power plant, right? No, I'm having some weird dreams lately. I must be tired, is all. You can't hide under your bed, Oleg. You're a big boy now. Tomorrow you're going to see your daddy. Oh, want to be a fireman like him? You're going to have to be brave then.
Hello, fellow
And what have you both been doing here anyway?
Well, don't expect me to... Well, let's just say they're...
Really?
You've got a nice aura.
I've got a nice...
Thank you.
Let's see what... Do you have any...
I thought you would never... Safe travel.
Looks like the old loon can handle himself just fine. A trail of dead rats? Well, that can't be a coincidence. That's a lot of blood. NER must have really worked him over. I hope he's still alive.
Keep digging. That was our friend you killed. You can thank your lucky stars we're in a hurry. Don't rush it. I want to watch him sweat away his last seconds before the bullet. For Misha.
If I'm going to act, it has to be now.
What was that noise? Casualty! Shoot the motherfucker! Stay back, Pronto! Engage the target! Shit! Shoot the motherfucker!
Divine Providence guided your hand. I'm too important.
We seem destined to keep running into each other.
Your heart is conflicted, Mousy. I'm not sure what to make of you. You helped me, but I cannot forget that you failed the great...
You got what you wanted, didn't you? I covered your tracks, and
That's true, Mousy. I'll join you, but you're on probation.
I've got some questions for you, and it's very important that you answer as best you can.
I will certain.
First, how did you get...
She came to me. The woman in the red.
She came to you? Where?
In my dreams. She has haunted my nights for years.
What did she say?
She advised me that you could be an important instrument, and she also wanted you to see the music box, to convince you.
I keep seeing her too.
No, don't say that. She is completely real.
Why was NAR trying...
Isn't it obvious, Mouse?
Nothing is obvious to me.
I'm the only person who stands between humanity and the Rat King.
Okay, why don't you...
What act? There is nothing more real than...
Does your name have some special...
Tarakan means cockroach. And that is what I am. A humble... I used to be a person like you, Mousy. But when Divine Providence called upon me to face the rat...
All right.
Hey there, old-timer.
Nothing much. I need to...
Ain't radiation a stone-cold bitch? That raggedy-ass old man. The other one.
About what?
About Pripyat being contaminated even before the Chir scientist. Is there any truth?
Tarakan may not be the most reliable source of information in the zone, but in...
Explain.
For starters, the choice of Pripyat as a location...
Was it? It's fairly secluded. Nothing but woods and swamps. Perfect.
Swamps. Exactly. Swampland is very poor in certain minerals and... Because of this, the local plants absorb pretty much, even if it's poisonous, like, for example, the Also, both the Soviet Union and some NATO countries pushing millions of tons of radioactive...
Right. I watched something about that on YouTube. Castle Bravo.
And it only intensified leading up to 1963. The nuclear players wanted to conduct as many...
PT?
The Partial Test Ban Treaty, an agreement between the USSR and the West that... But hundreds of nuclear explosions had already polluted the atmosphere. If someone had bothered to take a Geiger reading of the marshes around Pripyat before, they'd have found out it was already irradiated.
Unfucking believable.
Howdy, stranger.
For you?
I was just thinking about my mom again. The things she did, things
She was really something.
Her career started long before Chernobyl. In the 60s, she was already working at the NKV. She was treating other scientists for radiation exposure because, you know, some of them didn't care that much about their...
Oh, I know. There are legends about Kurchatov himself stomping in and out. They were all careless.
My mom told me they behaved like irresponsible children. She especially remembered one very young lab worker who loved to scare his female colleagues. They would paint his lips, nose, and fingers with powdered radium and wait in a dark room to surprise...
My God! So his face...
Funny joke, right? And all it cost him was his life. I hope we're not repeating this kind of mistake, which who knows? Perhaps we're slowly killing ourselves.
Until we know more, everything we do is a risk.
I know. I just want...
Of course. Hi, Olga. I was wondering...
I'd be glad to...
Fantastic. I'm ready to learn. Oh, great huntress.
No jokes while we're training or I'll smack you upside the head. Got it? All right, here we go again. Time for the next lesson, Igor.
Oh, I'm sure it's going to be even more fascinating than the last one.
I advise you to take this seriously. You wouldn't make fun of someone teaching you how to handle C4, would you?
Probably not.
Of course you wouldn't. So imagine this. Every piece of junk you stash is a brick of C4. You have to place it gently, wisely, and efficiently, otherwise it'll explode.
To my knowledge, canned food doesn't...
Don't interrupt. Why do you take everything so literally? It's a goddamn metaphor, goddammit. If I ever get to meet Tatiana, the first thing I'm going to ask is what she ever saw on a tedious egghead.
You and me both.
Anyway, you have to be careful and mentally present when arranging your shit. Trust that your life depends on it. That's lesson number 2.
Okay.
It's called believe.
Believe in what?
Believe that you will find whatever you need in your bag without checking. Women practice this all... What do you say, student?
I want to believe...
So, what does it do?
What does what?
Your magical thingy. Your...
Ariadna, it uses low-level radiation measurements.
Something like radio copy.
You surprised me, Tarakan. How do you...
I don't know, Mousy. They sometimes come to me, unconnected memories.
Okay, you're not wrong. It's like You see, every object is a dosimeter, an ionizing radiation of thorium, potassium, uranium. When it does, it creates a radioactive echo in time. With enough data, this echo can be traced and recreated using...
Does this mean you can see the past, Mousy? Is that how you hope to find...
That's the idea, yeah.
A wise mouse once said, If you want to discover the truth, what you're looking for may not be what you found.
That's a risk I'm willing to take. Nothing is...
Don't be...
Let me take a...
Of course! What's the matter, Mount?
Let me take a...
Of course! What's the matter?
Hey there, Tarakan.
But of course, I have been I can...
Fantastic. I'm...
This is a big day for you, Mousy. For today, you get to be the... Thanks to your PDA thingy upgrade, you can now detect those... I also replaced your regular battery with a more advanced one. For a while, you'll be able to run it, but throw it away afterwards. Or it will explode. Whether you're out on a hunt or simply trying to avoid danger, it's pretty useful if you ask. Now let's do a live practice. I'll hide. I hope you understood everything. You're such a... Close your eyes and count to 100. Well done, Mousy! See how useful this can be? You impress me, Mousy. You make a great addition to the great rat catcher's army.
What's up, my bud?
I was just thinking, Mikhail, how did you get to be so knowledgeable?
Why? What's so...
I never said it was strange. You created your own compendium.
I studied a lot, you know.
You studied botany?
The best fucking school there is.
I see.
Give me that look. You can trust everything I wrote down. I've always been into plants and mushrooms. Everything in my compendium has been tested, so if you've got a problem with any of it, you...
Really? But some of the...
Well, I have a strong stomach. But yeah, luckily for me, my stalker friends were there to save me. Adrenaline and gastric lava...
Sounds serious.
How else would I know what's edible? It's a little something I call this... Wait, aren't you a scientist?
Ingesting unidentified plants and mushrooms does... It sounds like suicide.
But I'm here, though, am I not? That means...
Okay, fine. I just hope my stomach...
What's going on, Igor?
Are you prepared to face...
I need to talk to you, Igor. This is important.
What's going on?
I've gotten word from Matvey. His scouts discovered a...
They just discovered it now. I thought you guys...
They discovered that an old Soviet bunker had been repurposed. It must have happened recently.
Go on.
We didn't know about it because there's no reason to venture out that way anymore. That part of the woods is crawling with lurkers and NAR goons.
And Matvey thinks it's a prison.
Exactly. Someone's being guarded there. Whoever it is, it could be important. I know it's a long shot, but I still think it's worth it. It's not heavily guarded either. Definitely worth a try.
Do you think it could be your mum?
No, I don't. I believe she's gone. I've made my peace with it a long time ago.
So, I take it you want me to check out this bunker prison?
I wouldn't ask if it wasn't important. And Matvey is occupied elsewhere. Are you in?
You've got a point. It makes sense.
Attaboy. Now go bring me back some good news.
What's the plan?
Let's make it happen.
So, what's...
I know you just want to do the right thing, but are you sure you're not wasting your time? You usually don't let your emotions cloud your judgment. This whole zone is littered with old Soviet bunkers and relics of the past. Why would the NAR be interested in any of that?
I just arrived in Red Forest.
Great. Keep your eyes open and you should spot it.
On my way.
I can see you. I can see your thoughts. What's taking you so long? Find me. We belong together. Take my hand. I'll show you a new world. A world that you've never seen before.
All dead. Stuck in Chernobylite crystals. Crushed. Suffocated.
I should have brought that goddamn power board. I'm starving. Everybody out, you're surrounded!
Not hell.
I bet it's Demon Yuck. You're going down, Demon Yuck! Get behind cover and shoot! Smoke the motherfucker out! Pronto! It's just one coming!
They won't bother you anymore.
A tough guy, huh? Well done. Usually these... Anyways, thanks. We would have dealt with them at...
Who's there? Where are you now, sucker? Find him before he gets away. Contact! Flaming! Shoot this son of a... Stand down! Call for backup!
Olga, I found the entrance.
Watch out for guards. They're probably close by.
Of course. Where else would they be? Hey, little guy. What are you doing here?
No kidding, old-timer. Let me out of here before the...
What's your name, kid?
I'm Gleb. I didn't do anything wrong. Let me out of...
Whoa, easy there.
I'm not little. I'm already...
First, I need to know...
I was going to visit my uncle. He was supposed... This black van came after me. They said that they would take me to my uncle, and they gave me a can of Coke. It's supposed to wake you up.
They kidnapped you?
When I woke up, I was in here. But I wasn't... I tried to escape once by myself, but the stupid guards... And one of them said, if you try and run again, you... But I'm not like a little rat at all. Rat...
You're the bravest little boy I ever met.
I told you, I'm not a...
Who's your uncle? Someone...
Of course he is. He's a big shot around here. When he hears what happened...
I wonder. Is your...
He was in the army like my daddy, but Mummy and Daddy are both in heaven now. So Uncle...
I'm sorry about your parents. So...
He's working on something big and important for important people, but I don't know what it...
You're a riddle wrapped in an enigma, my... I want to help you, Gleb, but I need to ask...
Okay, but hurry up before the guards come back.
What kind of...
I don't know, but my uncle drinks it too. Says it's good for his heart. He always carries a small...
I see. These men, did they ever hurt you?
No, they only yelled at me when I told them to let...
Did they put you in a weird machine? Or give you
No, never.
Curious. So you have no...
They'd say I'd be collateral? Something like...
Collateral?
Maybe. I don't know what that means. They said that my uncle knows I'm here, and he's coming to visit soon.
Oh boy, you've been through...
Can I see my uncle now? Please, please, please.
Soon, kiddo. All right.
Thank you. I'll tell my...
Nobody deserves to be caged like that.
Igor, look. If you think things through, you realize the lad is safer right where he is.
Olga, I found something. A control...
What now, Igor?
Let the little wolf go. You can't leave.
The kid should stay in the bunker for now. Even if he's safer in there.
How about sending him to Madface?
It's not a place for kids. Everyone needs to know how to fight. Why can't you just... I don't know.
I thought about it, but it's too risky. He's too...
In that case, I'm telling you...
I hate to do this, but Olga's right. He's got food and...
You're making the right call. We'll take care of Glib later.
Bad idea. How long before someone or something unfriendly one is in here?
Howdy, Igor.
Hello, Olga. What's on...
Do we have any fresh fish?
What?
I'm sick of canned food. I can't remember the last time we had...
Okay. I'll let you know if I stumble across some clam chowder or...
There's no call to be a wise ass. I know very well but what would you say about setting up a fish farm?
A fish farm?
Yep, we could all use more protein in our diet.
Funny, when I started working at the Chernobyl power plant, there was a rumor about the KGB.
Really? Did the fish get big?
Sure, huge. And they came pre-season too. With strontium-90, I wouldn't chance fish farming anywhere in Pripyat. Even...
I guess that means I'm stuck with Can.
You and me both, sister. Hi, Olga.
I'd be glad to.
Actually...
What's going on, Igor?
Dial it down a notch.
I can see us all in the devilish cloud. The green swarm is spreading like wildfire. The Rat King is triumphant. But even he...
So, nothing new?
You make fun, Mousy. Well, you do tell me. What do you do with something? Do you fix it? Or do you raze it to the ground?
You're talking about Chernobylite?
I'm talking...
Not sure I follow.
Why do you think the Rat King chose this world for him? But because we're evil, sinful, and since the dawn of time, we've done unspeakable... Who knows? Perhaps this...
Yes? Deserve
to live our final days in the age of the rat.
I'm not a philosopher or a mystic, but I believe there's still a chance.
That remains to be seen, Mousy. But...
Let me take a look.
Of course!
Have you ever heard about the Cannibal Islands in Siberia?
I might have heard...
But they don't teach it in school, right? Not the most... I wouldn't know anything about that either. But that crazy old Vaker and Tarakan told me I wasn't at all interested. But he wouldn't shut up about it. Then he told me about these poor bastards. 5,000 of them. It was supposed to be a gulag. Except there was nothing there. It was absolute...
That's horrible.
Not sure. I think Tarakan said that... Anyway, they were given nothing. No tools, no equipment. They ate the flour raw because they didn't know how to start a fire. Most of them were. They'd never spent a day in the wilderness. Helpless.
What was their crime?
Crime? They didn't have their identity papers on them. Of course, some of them were hard-boiled criminals. They obeyed only one rule: kill. Well, Tarakan said something about a teenage girl. She was slaughtered and eaten by the other prisoners who'd gone mad. Anyway, the old dude Tarakan was really upset by the story. I may not be educated like you, Professor. It doesn't matter who you are or where you're from. In the end,
Very uplifting.
G'day, mate.
Hi, Mikhail.
Oh, years. Can't remember exactly. Some of those years were pretty...
Have you always been a stalker?
Not always. Before I embraced this lifestyle, I did some...
You've got my attention.
You gotta do what you gotta do to survive. I used to pick blueberries and sell them. It was really...
How is picking blueberries dangerous?
You don't know your own shitty ass from your elbow, Professor. Blueberries are freaking irradiated as shit. I was dealing with this guy who worked as a border guard, right? He used to search any 18-wheelers or lorries coming through. And first time I met him, he was shitting bricks. He thought somebody was smuggling a dirty bomb, but it wasn't a radiological device. It was fucking blueberries.
Oh, my.
This load exceeded the norm 4 to 6 times over. It's not gonna kill you outright, but it certainly isn't healthy. Even with a...
Fascinating. Did they put...
The exporters just started diluting the more glowing blueberries with the less glowing ones. And so, glow-in-the-dark blueberries traveled to Poland and...
What irony. In the end...
We should move out, Mousy.
Hey there, old-timer. I need you to...
I'm all ears.
You know I came here to Chernobyl. Look...
You meant...
Yeah, Ruslan. We grew up together in Moscow.
So you were, like...
The proper term is thieves-in-law. But
So, why is Ruslan...
it's a long story. But our father was a cop. He beat our mother every time he got drunk. But I'll never forget the last time. He took a swing at my head with a lead pipe. I wasn't a helpless little shit anymore. And we grabbed the old man and threw him down the well behind the old house. He was just too much of a bastard to die, though. Only broke his legs.
You threw your own father? Okay.
What's my brother Ruslan did something he shouldn't, and after this something he came here. I've been trying to track him down for months.
Damn. What did he do that would make it...
That's not important right now. Anyway, my best guess is that I need to meet up with him and ask him some questions. Search the NAR Mobile Command Center near the old hospital. There are some officer uniforms that'll help you in while you're at it. I want you to look up some info on my brother. Anything.
Of course.
I knew I could count on you. Stay in touch, just in case. Radio me if you need it.
I will.
You promised your friend something, and now you need to follow through. Sashko is like a live grenade right now. One wrong move, and he'll explode. Be careful.
I'm at the outpost. A lot of firepower here.
Stay low.
I could try my luck.
You got balls. I'll give you that. But no. Use the field radio. I assume Olivier told you. Okay, you got a plan. Get...
Living on the streets of Moscow teaches... I'm at the radio station.
Good stuff. You know.
Help! Help! We're under attack! Monsters!
Is this Vova? Sasha? Use...
This is Sasha! Send reinforcements!
Roger that. Sending team ASAP. Do not engage the enemy.
That was good, but don't get cocky. It'll get you killed. Now move. Last thing you want is...
I see 2 trucks. One of them's loaded with explosives, maybe.
That's all. Go down there and take a closer look, carefully.
Screw it. I'm too tired for
I've got the uniform.
Good. Now see if you can find anything on Ruslan.
Team Rhino to combat ops. Team Rhino to combat ops. Over.
Go ahead, Team Rhino.
False alarm. No enemy contact. We're falling back to the truck. Over and out.
Read me the fucking report.
It seems they caught someone who enlisted under false name. They found out his... My God, Sashka. I think they...
So, he's dead. I don't get...
What the hell is so important about this?
Yeah, seen this double homicide. It was our parents.
What are you saying? You think...
I have no idea what happened. I wanted to find out.
Come on. You know your brother better than that. You and him... You honestly think...
Not intentionally, no, but maybe there was an...
I know you didn't get what you wanted. But you should trust in your memory of Ruslan.
You're out of your goddamn mind if you think you're going back whatever he did or didn't do. Ruslan is still...
What? You should think...
I don't want peace of mind. I'll mind the place and send those anyhow fuckers back.
I can't just kill them in cold blood. They don't deserve...
No, not everyone deserves to die. Are you going to do it?
No.
Pathetic. I see now that bringing you along, then I'll have to do it myself. At least then... We had a deal. You broke it.
I'm sorry. It just didn't feel right.
You think this is about you now? Pathetic. Back home, I'm called a crook, but I don't let my people down. At least I can...
You have a second, Igor?
Sure.
I was just thinking about my Zina, Yuri, Ludmila, and Igor. They were the best fucking guys and gals I've ever known. They took me in and we became inseparable. The greatest team of stalkers the world has ever... It was a stupid-ass joke, of course. But I still... Zina was the smart one. Whatever the problem, she always had a solution in her back pocket. Yuri was the strongest guy ever. He was our shield. Igor was the leader. But really, he was like the... And then there was Ludmila, the party girl. We did so many...
I'm really sorry, Mikhail.
Everything reminds me of them. Carried all this shit on our backs, like fucking ants. It was supposed to be our post at the Pripyat fucking 5 in the Hive.
I'm really sorry, Mikhail. I hope... Mikhail...
Have stuff gathering and...
Actually...
Do you have a moment?
What's on your mind, Olga?
I was thinking about an old woman I used to know, Alina. She lived in our village. About the revolution of 1917, collectivization, her husband dying in the Great Patriotic War, persecution by the NKVD.
Fascinating. She must have...
She was very old indeed. Nothing could shake her. She never stopped wandering the woods and marshes until the lurkers killed her. Such a pointless...
I'm sorry. She must have been a very brave...
I asked her once, what kept her going through all those dark years? I wanted to live. It was as simple as that. So I want to make mine count. Do you understand? I'm not dying because of a...
Hopefully we can avoid that. And you'll lead a long and productive life once we're finished.
Well, as my stepdad Matvey would say, nobody wants to exit the stage.
Hi, Olga.
I'd be glad.
Actually...
Want to hang out for a bit?
Yeah, good idea.
Actually, yeah.
Why don't you tell me about yourself? You're from...
Yeah. My grandfather moved there from Ukraine when that... You might say my upbringing was as straight as the barrel of a gun.
No family's perfect,
Our fathers keep tormenting us long after they've passed. You know what's worse than being raised by a control freak who's also a former army.
Sounds like you had a lot of expectations.
Oh, yeah. But whatever I did, it was never good enough. Not even after I made it into JTF, but I wouldn't give up. I was relentless. We were ambushed near Raqqa in Syria, and everyone was shot every day. I think if only I could go back and change.
I'm sorry, Olivier.
It still is. I never went home. Everyone thinks I'm KIA. I'd rather be a dead hero back in...
Well, that's quite a story. I know you'll find a way to deal with it. Do you think you could...
But I'll...
Perfect.
Follow me. I'm going to share some techniques I learned in Joint Task Force 2. During a mission, it's usually better to sneak in and out rather than gun down. That's what I'm going to teach you today. Let's start with some basics. Try to sneak past me. Remember to stay low. Keep quiet and move quickly whenever you're out in the open. Ready? Go! What was that? My grandma makes less noise walking through dead leaves in her steel-toed boots, soldier. Let's try again. Focus this time, Igor. Ready? Go! Well done, Igor. You're a natural.
Any new developments?
Slowly getting there, I guess.
Shoot.
What do you think about
Playing matchmaker, Kimnyuk?
I'm just curious.
Normally I'd say it's none of your business, but I like you. Yeah, I do like her. She's cool. She's got her own special swagger.
Gotcha.
Besides, I don't think she's a...
Sure. Just don't wait too... Life is short, and no one knows what...
Oh, for fuck's sake. Cut her with a melodrama, Kimnyuk will be just fine.
Hey.
About what? I can show...
Actually... What's happening? Is it a vision?
I see a woman.
What?
The rats got to her. They tied her to a tree. They're eating her. They're cutting into her.
What are you babbling about?
They are so hungry. The Gulag and the Xeno Island. Thousands.
It rings a bell, but wasn't that before?
Makes no difference, Mousy. Past, present, future.
Oh, that's awful.
3 meals are all that separate us from the rats, Igor.
You and your damn...
I am ready to continue the...
The day is still young, Igor.
Time to step up to them.
Igor! Igor! I've got to talk to you! Some serious shit is about...
What is it this time?
One of the big fish is flying into Kapachi. We have to act on this intel now!
How did you come to find out about this fish of yours?
I've got a lot of contacts here. You know, they usually try to keep a low profile, but...
Well, this could be...
It is 100% worth a shot. Just go over there and check it out for yourself, okay?
All right. But let's make one thing clear first. I'll do the talking.
Sure. Whatever you say, boss. I'll mark...
Nothing is ever as it seems with Mikhail, is it? What is he dragging you into this time? The NAR fish tank is a very murky and dirty place. Can you really tell the difference between a big fish and a bottom feeder when you meet them? What's taking you so long? Find me, love. Why did you abandon me?
I'm in position. How is this a good vantage point? No tower, no hill?
Right. You won't need a tower. There should be a control unit nearby. Find it and power it up.
Found it. What is this thing? And where is this?
He'll be flying over in a helicopter pretty soon. All you need to do is fire up pretty fucking awesome, right? It's old Soviet technology. I found it.
What? You want me to shoot down a helicopter?
Au contraire, mon frère. It's the perfectly... This is insane, Igor. You've no idea who's on board. I know we want to take down NAR, but blowing unidentified targets out of the sky...
This is fucking crazy! I am not going to shoot without... It could be women and children.
You've got to get your head straight, pal. Everyone here, every one of them deserves to die for what...
I don't know what you're talking about, and I'm not... It's over, Mikhail.
You couldn't pull the trigger, huh? I knew it. Don't
send a fucking...
Accept it and move on. That's not how we do things around.
You think you can tell me how we do things? My best buddies were slaughtered. They clamped electrodes on my fucking nipples. Can you imagine what that's like?
Calm down, Mikhail. I want to get them as much as you, but...
I'm not going to fucking calm down! You think you're something special, fucking egghead. Real you are a major fuck...
What the hell was that?
I don't have time for cowards and put...
I know we have our differences, but you...
Damn right you do. Don't you ever...
I need to talk to you, Igor.
Sure, is...
Memories. According to my mom, life was actually...
I know. I used to live here myself a long time ago.
Right. Then you must know that life in Chernobyl was better than in other parts. My mother told me that all the closed cities, the secret cities, offered creature comforts. In exchange, it was a privilege to live in such a place. You could always buy whatever you wanted. The streets were... Everybody believed the authorities would protect them from any harm. They were such good They would have gladly given their lives for this country. And for what? All the cover-ups, the KGB worrying more about appearances and the state secrets than their own. My mom's friend Katya was living in Kiev at the time of the Chernobyl catastrophe. And only 1 week after the reactor blew apart, she marched in the May Day parade of 1986. Can you imagine? The authorities never warned anyone. They claimed it was completely safe. They didn't give a fuck about them. Katya told my mom that by the end of the day, she and her husband had a strange purple tan on their faces, and Katya's son was born a couple of months later. It was very...
I'm so sorry, Olga.
You should be. You were part of this mess. Even if you don't remember... My apologies, Igor.
That's okay. These are Stop calling me sir.
I'm just fucking teasing you, man. Because I'm bored eating your full English breakfast, drinking Darjeeling tea, a regular James...
I ate porridge for breakfast, for Christ.
Relax, I'm kidding. I did a piece of business with some Brits once. Good blokes.
Why are you wasting my time?
I knew a guy once. This guy wasn't a Brit, he was Scottish. I think his name was Daniel. Daniel was looking for a guide, so I took him on a tour of the underground. About nuclear bunkers under the Moskva River where Putin will hide when about the lizard people from Zeta Reticuli controlling the amount of sugar. He was a tad skeptical, though. Reminds me of you.
Why?
You've spent too much time in the rotten capital. You know what I mean. Anyway, I hope our...
Oh, trust me.
Great! I'll drink to that. Yes.
Close, Mousy.
Rats, you mean? You think there's...
But something is amiss.
Is he gone?
He's never truly gone. But
what?
It's like the cobwebs are all blown away.
What do you remember?
A hospital. People in white gab. Myself. I don't belong here.
Calm down. Everything's going to be fine.
You can't keep me here.
Tarakan, please. You're safe now.
What?
Mikhail's warehouse.
Nobody is safe from the Rat King, little mouse. Not ever.
Ah, yes. Our old friend, the rat...
Top of the mind.
Glad to see you're in such good...
I like my spirits as much as any man, but I never drink. Anyway, I'm glad you helped me with the Duca Raider. I know that at one time you would need...
That's mighty generous of you, but
yeah, well, everyone's done something they'd rather forget. Must have been really fucked up living through the Cold War, huh? The two superpowers with their fat missile defense systems, mind control, LSD experiments.
The only explosion, I have a vague recollection. Where are you getting all this stuff from?
I met a guy when I was doing time in Partie. He knew someone who knew. At that time, I thought it was just stupid. Tinfoil hat talk, too many drugs. Only after I came to the zone did I start to realize some of it might crazy, right?
Believe me, Sashko.
Igor.
Hey, what's up?
I was thinking about secrets.
Any particulars?
Did you know the medical data gathered after the atomic strike on Japan?
Whoa! Nothing like a ray of sunshine to start your day. Seriously, though.
This American diplomat I met once told me about it. He said the U.S. Army was shocked at how they put more than $20 billion into the Manhattan Project. After their amazing victory, they couldn't admit to the public. Even the American troops helping the Japanese rebuild were getting sick. So they confiscated all the medical data, Japanese and American.
That's regrettable. The biggest crime the nuclear powers have that long-term exposure to even low levels of radiation can be more deadly.
Yeah, that kind of secret kills people.
What can I do?
Hi, Olga.
I'd be glad.
Fantastic.
No jokes while we're training, or else. Today I'll teach you how to stay alive a little bit longer. Knowing how to use a med kit, healing salves, and herbs is obviously important.
What are you going to talk about, Olga?
About resolve, grit, and determination. About having the guts to do what's right. Whatever.
I get what you're saying, but what does it have to do?
You know the stories about people who achieve seemingly impossible feats? There's this tale about an old woman who somehow lifted a tramp.
I'm sure that's an urban...
Even so, with inner discipline and strength of conviction, let me ask you something. Are you willing...
Without hesitation.
Good. Now what you need to understand is that she doesn't need you to die. She needs you to stay alive, Igor. It's the only way to see the... You did good, Professor. Sweat, blood, and tears are the secret formula to becoming a master.
I am ready.
We need to talk.
Sure.
It's about my mother. Rather, I didn't tell you this before because I didn't know if I could trust you. It wasn't a coincidence. She saw something. You see, when NAR first came here, they pretended they offered free examinations to several sample shells, and it was all a ruse, of course. My mother was invited to their lab, and she ended up...
She was inside their lab?
They were running experiments with Chernobylite on humans. Soon after that, people started vanishing.
Do you still have the photo?
No. My mom...
Is there any other proof?
No, but I can't see my mother lying about something like that. She only... My mother was the least selfish person I've ever known. She wanted to help everyone who suffered. She paid the ultimate price for her kind heart. Now...
I get it. Really?
I know it's a lot to ask, but I need to know what my mother saw in that lab. There must be something there incriminating NAR. This, if she's in the zone, she must somehow be...
It won't be easy, but I'll...
Igor, I heard you talking to our she-wolf here. You don't want to go to Lenin Square. I don't think you're...
I think I've proved myself quite capable.
You can harness the power of Chernobylite. An impressive feat.
I've been taking risks pretty much since...
I admire your grit, but I've seen...
It seems that Olga's mother was onto something that got her killed. Could it be the key to finding out about the NAR's plans? Just be very careful, my love. I feel you getting closer to the heart of evil. Soon you may reach a point of no return.
After the lab, Igor. Should be in the middle of NAR's camp. See if you can slip in unnoticed. Don't get in any fight unless you have to.
Sure thing, Mum. And don't worry, I've got my sweater.
You've got some issues, don't you?
Okay. Now's not the time to get distracted.
Locate the lab and try to reach it without drawing attention. You don't want to fight all these guys at once.
50 mils of ferric chloride and 100 mils of chlordiazepoxide.
I know that voice. Where have I heard it before?
Right away.
Send everything to the main laboratory tent. Don't make me wait.
Yes, sir. Who are you? What are you?
That man on the phone.
You're Kiminyuk.
I asked you a goddamn...
My boss, you mean? I don't...
You really want to play it this way? I can see you're scared, and rightfully so.
No, not at all, sir. Please, I can't tell you what I don't know. Just don't kill me.
Vanya, my patience is wearing thin. Where are those damn...
Answer him.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'll send them right away.
Spare me the excuses and move. You two continue without me. And for your...
It would be best if you forgot I was...
Of course.
Look at the tissue structure. This used to be a liver, if you can believe it. We need to collect samples.
The brain is hyperactive. Look at the chart. But it still doesn't respond to any stimuli. The previous subject had quite a different reaction. What's behind this difference, I wonder?
Vanya? Finally. Who the hell are you? What did you do with...
Stay very still if you want...
Please don't hurt us. We're scientists.
Yeah, so was Dr. Mengele. Are you performing a vivisection without administering shots of typhus? What are you doing?
No, nothing like that. We're not beasts. We treat our patients as humans.
Scientific advancement requires sacrifice.
You make it sound sinister. But yes.
How does it work? Are you shooting these poor souls up?
I can't talk about that. The NDA we saw...
Did you just say NDA? Are you for real?
Sure, you're right, of course. We started out giving them shots, but...
It was, you see. The fatality rate was...
We've moved from administering nano-solutions to directly editing human genomes to enhance... We've developed our own Chernobylite crystal...
Your patients or subjects, whatever you call them.
Which ones? There were many patients here.
Don't let him dodge the question.
Look, please, can we all try to stay calm? Let us Next, we induce a state of superconsciousness in the subject's gamma brainwaves. The sympathetic nervous system begins to release enormous amounts of energy straight to the brain. When the thalamic gate opens, the energy flows to the pineal gland. I don't like to use this term, but it opens...
The third eye?
Enhanced by Chernobylite, the pineal gland can do incredible things. Release all kinds of...
You're torturing people so they can bend spoons with their mind?
This is all following the scientific method, believe me. These are closely monitored, replicable anyway. When the subject is ready for the final stage, we put them in an induced...
Explain, and fast!
Our boss calls it... It's when the subject's gamma brainwaves interact with Chernobylite's mental waves. Or Chernobylite is like a virus, in a way. It's not exactly inorganic matter, but neither is it a living organism. And it produces a type of brainwave, even though it clearly has no structure...
Well, what's the purpose of it?
This is where it gets really interesting. You know that Chernobylite, but these wormholes are special. Haven't you noticed?
I don't understand.
We know what singularities and the tunnels should look like. We know what they are in theory.
Bullshit. I've studied Chernobylite too. The exotic energy it contains is powerful enough.
We thought so too, at first. But think about this. What if there was an...
No biological organism could encapsulate that kind of energy.
But Chernobylite is not a normal biological organism, is it? We have just try and consider the possibility that the wormholes you're walking into, they are Chernobylite. You're traveling through the vein.
But what does that have to...
Isn't it obvious? We're trying to communicate with Chernobylite, or some, but getting inside this thing's mind or whatever it is must...
You're fucking insane, both of you. Who's your patient?
I'm not sure, but it...
Selected? How? Did she volunteer? Or was she...
I'm not familiar with the selection process. Our boss would know.
What's your boss in...
The entire biotech division, pretty much everything Chernobylite related.
Clustered, regularly interspaced, short palindromic repeats.
It's similar to a standard gene editing tool. We take specialized protein from a certain bacteria, modify it with Chernobylite, and then target the...
Wait, I know more about physics than genetics, but CRISPR is usually done, and it takes time. Sometimes even...
Our boss developed his own methods. The process is applied... It no longer takes years, but weeks. Sometimes mere days.
Enough. All I've got from you so far is a bunch of...
Check the database in this computer.
It's password protected, isn't it?
Promise not to kill us, and we'll...
Don't worry. I don't give a shit about you. Password.
23 hash...
Listen to me very carefully, Igor. This research, this data, it's too dangerous to exist. And people died because of it. Delete everything. It won't bring my mother back, but at least no one will
You need to download this research, Mousy. This is the Rat King's brain stash. It's dangerous, yes, and inhuman.
This Omega unit seems to be a special unit designed to protect the power plant. What in the hell are the NAR hiding there? These guys are telling the truth. They really...
Why did you do it?
You did good.
I'm sorry, Olga. Nobody...
I was hoping for some good news. My mother, these people, they were all... Anyway...
Not sure yet. Bizarre theories about Chernobylite, mostly.
Try me. I'm not a bookworm like you, but I'm not...
Well, NAR seems to think Chernobylite is like a giant... They figure they can tame it and ride it wherever they want.
A turtle.
It's just a metaphor, but the scientific theory...
Right. Thanks for...
Professor.
Good day, Mick.
Ever heard of Kasparovsky?
Actually, yes. I was already living in the UK when he became...
When I was just a little shit, my auntie took me to... That's only 50 kilometers from Chernobyl. He came to...
Psychic healing mind.
Why do you have to be like that? Why don't you try opening your mind? Just crack that solid...
It's just not my cup of tea.
I deal with cold, hard...
But there are alternate worldviews.
No, there aren't. Unless you can prove something using the scientific...
But maybe different scientific worldviews can somehow Perhaps the Earth can be like a ball and like...
Earth is not a ball. It's a fucking oblate spheroid.
See? You're already coming up with alternate theories.
It's not an alternate...
I knew I could expand your worldview. I'm glad to have... But enough chit-chat.
Sure.
How are things, Professor?
Igor, just the stalker.
What's up?
Any luck going against the lurk?
The shadows, you mean? Oh, I'm doing what I...
You don't have to tell me that. It killed more than a few friends of mine. And from what I gather, NAR hasn't had any... They're scary, but they can definitely just stick the barrel of your trusty shotgun in its face, whatever that lump is between...
The shadows are able to make short jumps across space-time. But this isn't just about killing them. We have to find out what they are and where they're coming. NAR is part of the puzzle.
Yeah, if you find out more, please let me know. Till then, I'll just keep kicking their...
What's up, Dante?
What did you call me?
When it suddenly struck me how much you resemble the main character.
Yeah?
You know, descending into hell.
I'm impressed, Olivier.
I studied classical literature at the Royal Military College of...
Cry havoc and let's slip the dogs of war.
I knew there was more to you than a soldier.
I guess I'm full of surprises. Just...
I can hear his voice.
The Rat King is talking.
I wouldn't call it talkingness. It's always there, rustling about in the shadows.
Who is the Rat...
Better you ask, what is the Rat King? It's
But surely I can do something to help.
You are helping, Mousy. Yes, but the final battle will...
Why?
As the poet said, the best laid plan.
I see. And I...
Why wouldn't you be, Mousy?
Listen, Georgi, I know what I'm doing, but there's no going back now.
I know, my dear friend. It's just that we lost such a brilliant mind that terrible night. I'm afraid of losing you, too, all over some romantic squabbles. this misunderstanding also cost you your good looks.
I don't want to listen to this anymore. No more distractions, you hear me?
Oh yes, of course. I'm very happy to hear that it's all in the past now.
Good. So let's get to it. I would like to see some results as soon as possible. We both know that she's the key. We've wasted enough time already.
All right. Just don't do anything rash, please. We need to follow the proper protocols.
So my dear friend Boris worked with Semenov even after the Chernobyl disaster. I wonder what happened to his face. And Tanya is the key. The key to what? Yeah, more secrets. I've got to keep digging.
Your trials were too aggressive, my friend. I told you that you were using too much, didn't I? I told you. You're lucky you didn't end up brain dead like the others. But here we are. Boris is dead. Truly dead this time. There's no reason to pretend otherwise now. I suppose I should have seen this coming. The mental projections you told me about, the visions, they've been building for some time. To be honest, I just thought that your hallucinations meant you were losing your mind. Prolonged exposure to Chernobylite often causes psychosis and hysteria, after all. Why, I've seen the test subjects babbling about Cthulhu or wanting to save the world from rats. You really did it, my friend. You crossed the Rubicon. You achieved something that no one has ever achieved before. Well, except her, but she has a different purpose. You will be the first of your kind. You will help me bring about a new era of human evolution. You will help me reach the stars. Forget your past. Forget your pathetic personal involvements. Distractions. Foolish distractions for the weak. Wasting your time seeking validation from others, but not anymore. You don't need any of that going forward. You're to be my right hand in the days to come. It's time to drop your old mask and don a new one. Time to become what you were always meant to be. The Black Stalker. Wake up soon. We've got plenty to do, you and I.
So it was Boris all along. He started the Chernobylite trials on himself and became the Black Stalker. Dear God.
I've told you everything you need to know, General. What seems to be the problem?
The problem? That's what you're calling it. Look, I won't even pretend to understand what you and your lab monkeys are doing down there. And I wouldn't care if I did. What I do care about is this facility and the safety of my men. So the next time you decide to rush an experiment that can potentially release a bunch of fucking monsters into the world, please tell me beforehand so I have time to devise a strategy.
First off, the shadows are key to our research. They are hybrids that... You know what? I won't bother you with details that you won't be able to understand anyways. And second, actually, no, I'm responsible to the board, not to you, Kozlov. Your job is to safeguard this operation, not lecture me on things you will never come close to understanding. In fact, the board wants you to cooperate closely, very closely, with my right-hand man. I would like you to familiarize him with all of our security protocols.
Who? The freak in the black mask? You want to tell me who the hell he is? I'd like to know who I'm working with.
If you need a name, call him what the rest of your men call him, the Black Stalker. One last thing, I know you don't share my views on the future prospects of this organization, but don't even think about throwing in the towel. If we fail, there will be hell to pay for both of us. There is no walking away now.
So the NAR is somehow responsible for creating shadows. Or at least releasing them into the world. And Boris, the Black Stalker, is also involved in NAR security.
Hey, old-timer, Greenhorn.
Yeah. I take
ammo. You'll need it unless you're planning on shooting your way in. That would be, and don't get me wrong, but it would also be fun. I know where our favorite outboard Tarakan stashed the NAR uniforms. He showed me before. You should grab those uniforms. The first check. Go to the building adjacent to radar control, 3rd floor. Pretty dumb place for a hideout, if you ask me. Just watch out for the traps. I think he said they're voice activated or voice disarmed or something. Oh yeah, the old kook said something about the key hidden in the monument.
All these years in the zone and all that Tarakan has to show for it are some officers' uniforms? Be careful, Igor. Don't end up as rat bait.
I wonder what's for dinner. Hope it's not that fucking pea soup again.
Do you know a guy named Tarakan?
So, you need something from Bradford, eh?
You and I are not comrades. But maybe I'll do business with you, if I have to. What do you want in...
What do you have? I take...
Just give me the damn thing.
1, 2, a hunter went out for... Suddenly, a hare appeared and shot him down. Bang, bang! Oh, the hunter is going to die. He's crawling, saying, "Bury me."
I better be going now.
Bradford for...
What the hell is happening here? Where's that lazy bastard, Leonid? Huh?
Leonid's gone.
What? What do you mean?
We tried to scout this madman's hideout, and Leonid stepped on something. It tore him to shreds.
You idiots! I told you to wait for the minesweepers! This whole fucking place is one big booby trap! I have to take a leak soon.
"Come into my parlor," said the spider to the fly. "Finish the sentence or die, little one." 2.
A hare went out for a walk.
Wrong answer. The way into my parlor is up a winding stair. And here comes another riddle for you. Suddenly...
And shot him down.
Correct. "Oh, no, no," said the little fly. "To ask me is in vain. A verse for you. Bang, bang."
The hunter is going...
You really are something, you filthy fly. I'm sure you must be weary, dear. Soaring up now. Pay attention, he was crawling.
Saying
I can't believe you made it, you sneaky fly.
Officer's stripes. I'm sure these will look good on me.
One more thing. My computer.
Great.
You know how to use Norton Commander? Launch the Rat King program. This may take some time. It's a 486DX process.
Well, that will take hours.
I'm no fucking black hat, but that's way too risky.
Okay, I'll give it a shot.
Unlock the computer and type Rat King Death, all uppercase.
God, I do like...
This is a fucking mistake.
Okay. Looks like the Black Stalker is enhanced somehow by Chernobylite. The NER put him in charge of safeguarding their science secrets.
What's new, Igor?
Nothing much. What about you?
Yeah, we had some great...
I remember Anton talking about Casham.
Casham was a nasty piece of business.
Not much. I've had...
You and the rest of the world. For the big players, Russia, the US, China, most of these war-torn countries are nothing but a playground for testing their weapons and making policy. It's called war by proxy. Us mercs usually play a supporting role to the armies on the ground, supplying intel, equipment, and tech. There's an unspoken rule that we never attack each other directly, but sometimes we get in each other's way, and then things can get out of hand. That's what happened in Casham. Assad's forces, backed by Russian mercenaries, clashed with the SDF. The US used dozens of drones, fighter jets. Anton and his mercenary buddies weren't equipped to deal. He watched some of his friends die.
I admire your bravery and dedication, Olivier. And Anton's. Still, I can't help but... It goes against everything I...
And I admire your idealism, Igor. But you're in the minority, and that's something I think you're going to learn.
Do you think...
But I'll be...
Maybe some other...
You're the boss.
I can see.
Are you okay?
The terror courses through a tormented, hungry beast about to burst. A volcano of unstoppable force.
Is this in the past or the
future? Past? These distinctions are meaningless before we awoke something that night in 1986. Something
beyond comprehension? I don't think so. We'll get to the bottom.
Remember, Igor. This isn't just some... It's so much more. You need...
Howdy, Professor.
Hi, Olga.
I just remembered something. I was guiding a group of biology researchers from America. I showed them around the Red Forest and everything. They were taking measurements, and one guy told me that the trees had barely changed since the incident. I hadn't really thought about it till now, but it really does feel like this whole place is a snapshot of the past, like a butterfly caught.
That's probably due to the radiation. It almost wiped out the microorganisms. There's almost no decay, so the trees don't rot like they normally would. I mean, they are decaying, but extremely slow.
So it's almost like time stopped in the Red Forest after the explosion.
Not my kind of poetry, but I can appreciate... Hi, Olga.
I'd be glad.
Actually...
How are things, Professor?
Hey.
It's about what? I can show you.
Actually...
Hail and well met.
Hi, Mikhail. What?
Ever heard of Pamir?
Sounds familiar. Wasn't that a mobile...
Chernobyl on wheels, yeah? How cool...
Doesn't sound very cool when you put it like that.
Imagine this. A convoy, one with a reactor, one with the gas turbine, one with 5 years worth of fuel. If we had one of those here, we could...
Right. I remember now. This monstrosity was developed by the Belarusian... Another fantastic idea that came... And after the Chernobyl disaster, the people of the Soviet Union weren't so keen on gambling with...
I still think it was cool. Kinda like in Mad...
Mad what? Anyway, don't worry about our power supply.
Sure. But I'd still take Chernobyl on wheels over a dozen...
We need to talk, Igor.
I'm all ears.
Got some intel that needs acting on. NAR is preparing a huge shipment of...
Well, you're not wasting any time on that radio, huh?
Olivier wants to play soldiers, Igor. For him, everything is war, and the spoils of war. What about you, my darling? What is your mission? The NAR doesn't care about anything or anyone. Deaths are just numbers on a page for that greedy corporate beast, and the beast won't allow you to pull out its teeth so easily.
Olivier, I'm up on the roof. There's a signal flare in the distance.
I assume it's red?
Yes.
Must be the drop zone. That's your target. Time to roll. Good luck.
Yes, sir, Olivier, sir.
Anton was a good guy, so let's do our best. For him. Try to keep a low profile out there. Don't let NAR spot you, and don't take more than you can easily carry.
Olivier, I can see the crates. It looks promising.
Well done. I know you worked hard for this, but don't listen to that soldier boy. Remember the pointers I gave you, Igor. Igor, any ammo you leave behind, they're gonna use to shoot you in the head.
I'll take my chances. We don't get many opportunities.
What was that bullshit back there, Igor? I thought we had an
Look, I appreciate your advice and everything, but
clearly you don't give a shit about my advice. Let's see how far you get. Acting like the star of some... Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going back to monitoring NAR comms. Find out how much damage...
Do you have a minute? Something you wanted to talk about?
Someone.
My God.
He kept it from me for a long time. I did wonder sometimes why he didn't blow his pay on booze and women like he was putting money away for her future. For an education and stuff. I've already decided that when this is all done, but no one knows what the future holds, right? If anything should happen to me, I'd like you to find...
Olivier, please, don't talk like this. Once we've figured this whole thing out, you'll have...
No. I really...
I promise.
Igor McSpreegor!
How's life, Mick?
It used to be so much better around here. It's a pity. Closed cities and nuclear reactors used to be... Uncle Misha, God bless his soul, if he ever had one, used to trade it. He actually witnessed the construction of the first Soviet reactor. Get this! A huge-ass pit in the ground. Thousands of prisoners without heavy machinery. These fuckers were like the slave...
What you call cool is pretty...
Take a chill pill, Granddad. Back to the story. The camp guards were totally unprepared to deal with this level of chaos. Misha told me about this colorful bandit chief who used to sit on a Turkish carpet. He wore these puffy, exotic-looking sequined trousers. As long as the guards provided vodka and some decent food, he kept all the...
I find that hard to believe.
It doesn't matter if you believe it or not. This place was very fucking... And Chernobyl was too. Until everything went to... God damn it. I miss...
What's shaking, Igor?
I've been meaning to ask you something, Olga. What did you have close friends in your...
Sure, we've always been a tight-knit group. Being able to rely on your fellows is key, but it was very different back then. When my mom was... The exclusion zone was our sacred ground. I was a spoiled, demanding brat. I was acting out, was angry all the time, and I couldn't... That's when Matvey took me under his wing. He taught me useful skills and showed me a way through the grief.
Sounds like you owe him a lot.
I do. In a way, I owe him my life. I had to get my life back on track. Matvey's kindness made me the woman I am today.
That was very personal. Thank you for sharing, Olga.
Sure. You know I'm here if you need me.
How are things, Professor?
Dear Igor, apologies for this pre-recorded message, but I found something that will help you in your search. The documents are on the come as quickly as you can, and try to be discreet. My superior...
I knew I could count on the old man. I would have contacted him sooner, if only...
Could this be a turning point, Igor? Having such a powerful ally in this place could change everything for you. But then again, you've always been so trusting. I hope it won't be your downfall.
These must be the documents Professor Semenov left for me.
This is General Constance of the NAR. You're coming with us quietly. No harm will come. Disables your technology. There's no way out. Do yourself a favor. Surrender.
I sense the Rat King closing.
You have to do the right thing here. I know it's risky, but this could be our only opportunity to hurt them.
What the hell are you saying?
Think like a partisan, will you? They underestimate you.
Okay, I give up!
You overestimate your value, Professor Comedian.
Notify me as soon as the patrol has returned, Sergeant. Welcome back to the world of the living, Kaminyuk. At least, for the moment. The name's Kozlov. I'm Chief of NAR Security. You know, I have plenty of crap to deal with guarding the exclusion zone against trespassers and lunatics who harass my men and refuse to... If you were just another dark tourist or stalker, or whatever these idiots call themselves nowadays... But we both know that's not the case. Now, are you ready?
Sure.
We're developing something big here. Something important. You may find this hard to believe, but all this is simply business. NAR, yet we are treated like a hostile occupation force. And for what? That these busybodies would rather die of cancer than live a long, happy... If anything, we're doing those crazy Samoshas a favor by...
The patrol has returned, sir. They say they have...
Perfect. Excuse me, Kaminyuk.
Have you seen Kim and Yip's equipment? I wonder what that funny-looking gun does.
Just leave it alone, okay?
Don't you want to test it?
Fuck no! This is way above my pay grade. The gear stays in the lab.
You must be a lot of fun at parties, aren't you? Fine, fine. Have it your way.
Looks like my gear is in the lab. I have to get it back before someone starts tampering with it.
Who's there? into some rabid dogs. I've always wanted to shoot a dog.
I knew it. They're conducting experiments at the power plant. But why are they in such a hurry? After all, Chernobyl belongs to them.
Fighting NAR, Shadows, Chernobyl...
Your everyday stalker chore!
Sure. Hey!
It was a fucking slow process. At first, I wasn't looking for anything specific. I was a one. When that didn't turn my crank anymore, I started getting into dark tourism.
What's that?
Well, it's like visiting places that gives you chills. Catacombs, mass graves, places that always seem to be under a shadow, with all this negative energy.
Well, that's a peculiar sort of holiday. What were you hoping to find?
I'm not entirely sure. Fukushima, Ground Zero, the When I came to the exclusion zone, something I knew right away. I was gonna stay here and make a living. Most of them were just Western idiots who needed a babysitter. But it was fucking worth it. This is me now, making a living in Pripyat. Scavenging, wheeling, and dealing.
Yes, very cool. But I'm worried about these voices of you. Want to trade?
Just make it...
Stay away from rats' mouths.
For sure. I can't...
We'll build an aeroplane. We'll soar above the forest. We'll soar above the forest. And then we'll come back to Mama. But Mama isn't there anymore.
You're always creeping me.
Mama was taken by the Rat King.
Taken where?
To Ozersk. Mama was a chemical engineer. She helped build the...
Ozersk?
The Rat King gave the order to hundreds of thousands of mice. And the poor little creature in the rain, in the mud, in the snow. When the big hole was finally ready...
Your mum was there?
Then she vanished. She turned... Mama was close. Close enough to see everything.
I'm sorry, Tarakan. Hey there.
But of course I can.
Fantastic.
Okay, Mousy. I upgraded your PDA. The scanner now uses much less energy, and let's go hunting. We may as use the upgraded PDA to... Remember to take the meat. We're not doing this for fun. That's enough, Mousy. Come back here. We should thank the great rat catcher for blessing us with this. All right, Mousy. It seems...
How are things, Professor?
Hey.
About what? I can show you.
Fantastic.
Life on the streets taught me that quick reflexes can mean the difference between coming home. Sometimes it can help you dodge a bullet. I mean, not literally, but you can remove. Let's see if I can teach you some new tricks. First, breathe from the bottom of your belly. Slowly flex that diaphragm. Now, don't hold it. Just release it. Not too slow, but not too fast either. Okay, talk is cheap. I'm gonna fire the rubber bullets at you. You try to anticipate. Ha! That was fast. You're pretty spry for an over-the-hill pre-perestroika scientist. Take cover, Igor! You're getting good at this. Take cover, Igor! Nice moves, old-timer. You still got it. Take cover, Igor! Good to see you're still in shape. It'll come in handy. Outstanding. You got the reflexes of a teenage gangbanger on Crystal. I'd take you into my crew, no questions asked. Nice moves, old-timer. You still got it.
Hello.
Olivier.
Someone. What do you make of this?
I don't know yet.
Complicated, huh? That's a cute way to...
Well, that certainly is, but he also knows a lot about NAR. This may be even more than we do. We cannot...
You think his grotesque costume, the fetishes, and...
Maybe. Maybe he's just got an overdeveloped...
Fuck his sense of humor. Over the many years I've spent in the field. A gut feeling about people. Right now, my gut...
Maybe your gut is just hungry. Did he consider that?
I'm glad you're sensitive. But if Tarakan endangers our mission in any way, I hope you kick his shit. What's going on?
Do you have a second, Igor?
Sure.
I've been thinking about my family and my childhood in Minsk.
Wasn't she afraid to bring you here?
Oh yeah, I was a teenager, all right. A smart-ass little... My mom wanted to leave me behind with relatives, but...
You were brave.
I was a goddamn stubborn lippy kid. That's who I was. She was a loving and caring soul. She came to the zone to help, and I followed. But now that she's gone, I'm sorry. I don't usually get sentimental.
That's okay. Sometimes we spend so long chasing something...
You're right. Maybe it's time for me to sit down and give it all a...